Join us and discover beautiful beaches, rugged landscapes, pretty towns, desolate mountain ranges that sweep down to stunning lakes, unique architecture, history and folklore, no shamrocks, no shillelaghs, and definitely no shenanigans, just naked Ireland. This is the beautiful Carlingford Lough, near our destination today, the village of Rostrevor. And as we drive along this stunningly beautiful Carlingford Lough, we can see the Republic of Ireland on the other side of this channel. So this narrow stretch of water is, at this most easterly part of Ireland, the border between Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. The village of Rostrevor itself is as picturesque as the coastal road we use to approach it, and its beauty is accentuated by its setting at the foot of Slieve Martin, seen here in the distance. And, like most idyllic Irish villages, it's endowed with quite a few great little pubs. Like this one, the old Cloughmore Inn. Or Crawford's Bar, and the Rostrevor Inn on the other side of the street. But this was the pub in the village square that caught my attention, almost like a museum piece. It's a textbook example of the quintessential Irish country pub. We'll go inside another day perhaps. Also in the square is one of two Rostrevor churches, in this case Kilbroney Parish Church of Ireland. The Irish Kilbroney means Church of Bronagh, and the 6th century St Bronagh, who was a disciple of St Patrick, Ireland's patron saint, has a close association with this area. St Bronagh founded a monastery close to the village, and that monastery was the origin of the St Bronag's bell, a 900-year-old bell now housed just up the road a bit in the Catholic Church, the Star of the Sea. The bell was allegedly hidden in the trunk of a tree next to the monastery, perhaps to avoid it being stolen in raids. Anyway, mysteriously, it would still ring during heavy winds, though it couldn't be seen, giving rise to stories about banshees and fairies. The bell was eventually uncovered when the tree fell in high winds and split open. But the bell is not the only sacred item that can be accessed here, as you can see. And so we head back to the centre of the village, and you can just see Carlingford Lough and the hills of the Republic of Ireland in the distance there. And as we turn into Bridge Street again, we get a clearer view of the beautiful Slieve Martin up ahead as we head towards the river and the area known as the Fairy Glen. The setting of the Fairy Glen couldn't be more ideal. Look at this. This is picture postcard stuff. And as we take in this amazing scene, please give the video a like if it's been interesting or informative, entertaining even, dare I say. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. That's a small gesture from you, but it means a lot to me. So please hit the big red button for me. And there's a beautiful stone bridge here and a gently trickling river with some gorgeous Georgian houses in the background. So it just remains for us to walk up the Fairy Glen to see if we can spot any fairies, so keep your eyes open. By the way, just before the fairy and leprechaun population appear in their droves, remember that you can now support this channel and the production process by offering a donation. It's really simple, you just buy me a pint by clicking on the link found in the second paragraph of the description beneath this video. That'll take you straight to the donation page where you can buy me a pint, or as many pints as you want. In fact, if you're watching from a TV screen or computer, you can just scan the QR code that's in the corner of your screen right now with your phone, and again that'll take you straight to the page where you can make the donation, and all donations are so gratefully received. Now, aside from this beautiful glen we're in now, Rostrevor is surrounded by fantastic locations for walking or picnicking or just generally admiring nature. Kilbroney Park is right next to the village, with its 50-ton boulder perched on the top of Slieve Martin, allegedly thrown there from the Cumhaill Mountains on the other side of the peninsula by the great Fionn. There's another far-fetched theory of it arriving there as a result of the retreating ice during the last ice age, but we feel it being lobbed there by the Irish warrior Fionn is a much more plausible explanation. The boulder is called Cloughmore in Irish, which simply translates as the big stone. The Kilbroney River that we're looking at here is a venue for anglers and has populations of brown trout. And Rostrevor Forest is a popular destination for mountain biking. And for the thoroughly fit amongst you, Rostrevor also hosts the top of the Mourne Triathlon, which comprises a swim in that beautiful loch that you saw earlier, a cycle leg that takes participants into the Mourne Mountains, and a run in Kilbroney Park. Now finish all that exertion off with a pint in one of the village's lovely pubs, and you'll have had a fairly exhausting day. Even just talking about it has made me feel a bit knackered, so we'll end it there, and I'll see you all again very soon in the next Naked Ireland.